So date functions are the most important functions. Like you might have remembered like few things like I was showing you in the beginning of Excel, like how date is important and what exactly the date does. Okay, so if you could remember like day one of Excel is nothing but 1st Jan of 1900, right? So hope you remember this concept. And also I said you that date is a numerical type of data. Like yeah, so if you just remember this, like day one of Excel is nothing but 1st Jan of 1900, and 367 is nothing but day Jan 1 of 1901. So today's the number of days in Excel is nothing but 45,053 days. Okay.
Okay.
So like hope things are clear. Like first thing is that dates are numerical characters, numerical data types. Okay. Second thing
Okay.
is that like Jan 1st 1900 is considered as day one in Excel. So that is considered as base date in Excel. Okay.
Okay.
So just remember those points before we start discussing date functions. Okay. I just will go back to here and we'll set up our agenda like date function today. So because like if we don't set up the agenda, again we will deviate to something else and we end up somewhere else. Okay. So let's start with today function. Okay. These are simple functions and now okay. Second, third one is dated if, and fourth one is YearFrac. Okay. Fifth one is fifth one is month. Sixth one is date. Seventh one is year. Okay. So basically, like we will discuss these functions largely today, and my main agenda is to make sure that like you are understanding the first uh, basic functions. Okay, first basic functions of date. So what is the purpose of date? So that is my main goal today, and then we will try to understand how can you calculate few things. Like let's say for example there are two dates and you just want to know the number of weeks in that date. Okay, let's say there are two dates and you just want to calculate the number of weeks. Okay, it's required or it's not required. Let's say if you also require the number of months between two days, right? And also it is also required to calculate the number of years. Let's say for example someone's date of birth is 1983. Till today, how many years he has completed, right? And how maybe how many days he is completed till today. Okay. Or let's say someone has started in some organization, uh, for example, 5 years and 5 months back. So how many months has happened with the starting from hire date till today? Okay. So basically, these are the things that you may come across in real-time scenarios with the date functions. Okay, right? So in your
Yes.
yeah, in your organization, for example, let's say you're working and along with you, there are 500 people are working, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone is not at same page, right? Someone has joined 2 years back, someone has joined 5 years back, someone has joined 10 years back, someone has started the company 15 years back. So how do you calculate their service anniversaries? And if someone is completing 3 years, if someone is completing 5 years, if someone is completing 10 years, So you need to, organization sends an email to them, right? Saying, hey, congratulations on completing your 15th anniversary with something, some firm, with, let's say, for example, Deloitte, or let's say, for example, HCL. So date functions will come handy together in these scenarios. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Along with that, date functions will also come handy. Let's say, for example, maybe like when I said you like today function. Okay. When we discussed today function, if you remember this was the day like when we have conducted this class, right? Today I have written at that day, right? It can be 2 months back, right? But again, the today function, it automatically it is calculating itself. Okay, it is calculating itself and it is updating itself, right? So it is refreshing itself. It is recalculating itself and it is able to populate today's date, right?
Okay.
Right. And when this class, monthly budget class has happened, you might have seen the date at that day, right? So that's how today function is such a volatile function. If you just open this workbook tomorrow, so you can see 8/5/2023. Okay, got it? So that's how volatile it is. It refreshes, it recalculates today function whenever a workbook is opened freshly. You got it? What I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Now, like dates can be of different formats. Okay. So we also need to understand what kind of different formats of dates that are available in the Excel. Okay. Let's say, for example, I'll just say 1/1/2023. Okay. Just for an example. Now, if you can see this date, this has dash in between this, right? Now let's say I'll just right click on this and go to format cells. And in this format cells, like you are on the date, okay, on date format, and you can see like when we choose this one, it is saying 14/3/2001 is the format type. At present, this is the format. Now, if I just choose this one, the format will be 1st January 2023. Now again, just right click, format cells. Okay. Now let's say, for example, if you want this format, you say okay. It's just giving like 2 digits of date and 2 digits of month, 4 digits, 2 digits of year, right? You see the difference? You got it? What I'm trying to say? Hello.
Yes, I can hear it. I was on mute.
Okay. So you were able to hear it, right? Clear, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now you've seen that dashes in between these dates, month, date, and year. Now there is a dot as well. If you want to indicate the date using dot, you can do that. Now there is reverse ways of dates. Okay, something like year is there first, then month is there next, then date is there at the final stage, right? So this
Mm-hmm.
is something which is different from this one. So, and the other one is like let's say 01 uh, March 2001. This is a kind of almost the same thing. There could be difference, but that's the same one. Now, if you want the date along with the day, let's say if you want to check this one and say okay, so it's giving along with the day, weekday, then 1st January 2023, right? I'll
Mm-hmm.
just go back and just format cells. I just want this format. I'll say okay. Okay. Now, for
Mm-hmm.
example, let's say like you have these many dates, right? Let's say let's increase many dates. Okay, many dates. This is you have a column of these dates. Okay.
Yes.
Now the thing is that of these dates, Now you just want to know like what month does this date has? Okay, let's say for example, I just want to know the month. Okay, it's a January, right? So it is saying month is January. One indicates January, right? Oh shit, Adnan. Now just I'll say comma MMM. Okay, this takes only. So month function. Now let's say I'll just update the day month as 2. So it's changing, right? Now let's say for example I just update the month as 3. Now let's try to update month as something like 14. It's giving an error, right?
Yes.
And the date has the format of the date has changed, right? It was earlier it was aligning to the right side. Now it got aligned to the left side because the 14 month the existence of 14 month is not is not available, right? Practically. So until 12, it was able to calculate. Until 1 to 12, it was able to extract the month. So that's month function. Now let's say what is date function. Okay. Now I'm just saying is equal to date. Okay. You see that returns the number that represents the date in Microsoft Excel date time code. Okay. Just do this. Okay. We will use the date functions at last. Now let's go with years. Okay. So it was able to give the year. Now let's see like let's say 2024. So it was able to extract the day year. Okay. Now like we have seen some functions. You remember? We have seen some functions. The for example left right mid functions which are text functions. You remember that? Like we were able to extract ACM from that, right?
Yes.
So using that function, can you extract the date from this date? Is it possible?
Yes. Because how we gonna use this as left to right as a dates?
What is that? Yeah. So let's say, for example, I just want to extract. Okay, I just want to extract the date. Okay, let's say is equal to left text comma two characters. So it is not able to extract. It's saying 45, which is not at all an accurate one, right?
Mhm.
Saying 61, which is not at all an accurate one, right? So
Yes.
basically, I'm trying to extract only the day. Okay,
Okay.
only the day. So is it possible?
No, because it will calculate the whole thing, right?
But I want only the date. Is there a way to get it? Any idea? Like you've been working with Excel these days, or like not at all?
I was working, but last few weeks, like I just took a break. Like I couldn't do it. Plus, my work load got different. But I took I had classes means I revised those classes,
Yeah. No. Like
but
general, like you are working with Excel in your organization, not about classes. General, I'm
no, not right now. Maybe in future.
yeah, okay. So I'll show you one
That's why I have no practice, right?
time.
So
So I'll show you one easy way. So to how
okay,
to extract the date. Okay. Let's say our
okay,
date is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I'll just check this. I have shown you this as well. Text to columns. Okay. Now let's say
okay,
I just want to say next, and I have this symbol, right? Which is this one, right? So you see here, this is extracting date, month, and year separately. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
this didn't extract the date. Let's give it a try again. It happened to extract only the month. No, it extracted, but the format of this is completely different. Let's change it to number. Okay. So if you do text to columns, you're able to get date, month, and year, right? Date, month, year. You got it till what we did till now? You're able to understand?
Yes. We date, month, and year we separated.
Yeah. So till now it's clear. Now, let's say for example, we got the data by some mistake in this format and we want to make a date out of it. So here you see I'm using the date functions, month and date.
Okay.
And again we got the same thing, right?
Yeah, I got that. Yes.
So these are the things that you might be able to understand clearly. And in case like you in your organization you need some of this, you might apply in real time scenarios.
Okay.
So date function, month function, year function, we are done with these things. Now let's try to understand what is the difference between today and now. Okay, today, okay, it was able to give the date of today, and let's say now. Okay. So can you tell me what is the difference between today and now? Like we have used today here and we have used now here. You are able to trace the
Now
difference.
includes time,
Mhm.
and today doesn't include time.
Now you tell me the practical implementation where you will use today and where you will use now.
In
Real time, yeah.
in in
Yeah.
Excel, or it's just real time.
In real time, let's say for example, you are you need to schedule your day for each minute or each second. Okay, what you will use?
Like if I can say like today is something pending or something is done, but now will be like I will be doing this work at this time, exact time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
yeah. So for example, let's say you are trying to make a monthly schedule, okay, or
Uh-huh.
weekly schedule. So you can choose your day-wise schedule, right? You may not get into time again. Like when you go for each day, you may go for each hour, right? Or of
Mhm.
that day. So at that moment, you will use now, right? Let's say, for example, there are completely like bank transactions are happening. Okay, let's say you're
Mhm.
working in some bank. For example, just for example, you're working in some bank, and customers are visiting to draw the money or deposit the money, right? So they come into the bank, okay, and you need to note like when the transaction has happened. like when you were able to give the money or when you are able to deposit the money, exact time you require along with seconds, right? At that time you will use now, right? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the example?
One more time, can you explain this?
Yeah,
Just
sure.
one more time.
I'll do that. No worries on that. Let's say, for example, I'll just give you an hint. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say, like you have a chart. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
you're observing this chart, and this chart you want to watch it by month for a month. So,
Okay.
like, do you watch it for each minute or each day?
If I want to watch for a month, so
Let's say,
maybe,
for
maybe not.
yeah,
Like if I want to watch it for a month, I might not look at it for each minute.
yeah, right. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you want to watch it for each month, you will use the function today. Day wise, you will watch every day what has happened, right? Now,
Yes.
if you want to watch on a specific day, you will use the now function, right?
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I hope it's pretty much clear. Now let's use DatedIf. Okay, is this like I would say like DatedIf is most used function, and it is like the function where you need to learn a lot of things, and you will practically apply these functions uh, like wherever like you feel they are useful. Now let's say, for example, how we can use the DatedIf functions. For example, let's say this is 2010. Okay,
Okay.
now I'm saying dated. Let's see how we can use it. Okay,
Okay.
so let's do that. Okay, let's consider this as today. Okay, today column. Just for an example. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the date in 2010, and this is the date in 2023. Right now, let's
Yeah.
say dated if. Okay, let's say dated if. Let's say 2007. Yeah, it's working. So dated is a kind of syntax like a start date, then comma, the end date, then comma. That will give you the type of difference. Now the difference between these two, let's say for example, 2010 and 2010 December, right? This is December, right? 2010
Mm-hmm.
December to 2023 May. The number of months is 149. Okay.
Okay.
It is able to give you the number of months. You got it?
Yes.
Now let's say for example you are able to extract the days, the number of months. Now there could be scenarios where you require the number of months, the number of days, number of weeks, right? Number of years, right?
Yes.
You are able to get the months. Now let's try to do just making sure that my start date is before the 2023. Okay. Now I just want to have something in days. Okay. I'll just say day. Now till from 2010. 11 to till today. So how many days has happened? It is 4508 days.
4508, yes.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes.
Maybe like you got a number of number of months, number of days, and you want the difference between years. It's 14 years, right? Now, if you want the decimal places to be placed, okay, there are chances like you may even get the point, 14 point. Okay, so these things you can do with dated if. You got it?
Yes.
Are able to calculate number of months, number of years, number of days. So
Yes.
how would you calculate the number of weeks? Any idea?
We will use the same formula with the weeks,
Mm-hmm.
like we were using year, month, and day formula, right?
Mm-hmm. So we
So we
can
will use
try
weeks in it.
just W, right? You're saying that
Yes.
maybe W, right? Let's try that. No, it's not working. So what do you think? What could be the reason?
Because there's 30 days in a month and there's 28 days in a week.
Mhm.
No, 7 days in a week and 28 days like
I think like uh, let's uh, let's do something else here. Like how would you get the weeks? So you need to try this, okay?
okay,
I won't tell this until next class. To try this, okay? This is your homework.
okay, okay,
So that's a tricky one, okay?
okay,
Maybe you can search Google or you can find something, right?
okay. I'll YouTube or Google it.
Yeah, this is your Google, okay? Now let's understand what is YearFrac. We are only left with YearFrac function, right? Right?
What's YearFrac?
Yeah, that's what it's a function, okay?
Okay,
We're gonna see how it's going to help us, right?
okay,
Now you are separately mentioning month, day, and year over here. Now let's say year frac. Okay, it's a function which is defined. Now it has start date, end date, and basis. On what basis you want this to be? Okay, let's say start date is this one, and end date is this one, and then I say one, I say zero. I don't know what is this basis. Can you guess that what it could be? Can you guess it? At least try to guess it.
E2, D2,
Mm-hmm.
date, start date, end date, basis. What's basis means in this function?
Yeah, like what exactly like is the basis for this functions? So what is the basis that you want to be that you want to have with this?
So I want the start and end date. So there's a start date, there's an end date. No idea.
Mhm. Okay.
So
So
I think that should be it. But
yeah. So let's guess what it is. Okay.
okay, we want month and or a year, or just a year, or we want month and year, or we want something like that, like start and end date. It is right.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So it's 12 point.
Let's say one I'm using. I would be able to get the year. Okay. If I'm using one, I would be able to get the year. Let's say I'm using two. It can do. It is saying 12.6. So 3, 1.43. Okay. So, what I'll do is that I'll explain the YearFrac in the latest Excel version. Okay, this is 2007 version. Just remember that there could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the basis will differ. Okay, here is the basic. Okay, so what it says is that if you are not putting anything, okay, it will give the day count. It will take 30 days as a base, that is divided by 360. Okay, now if you say 1, the actual, there could be some months which have 31, some months which have 30, right? So that is divided by actual, that can, 366.5. You got it?
Yes.
And yeah, like if I say 2, that is actual, like how many days are there in a month. That's an actual one, that is divided by 360. Okay, it's basically days, number of days. Okay,
Okay.
sorry, it's giving the number of years. Okay, number of years, not the days. So this is the 12340 is what we can use based on our needs. Okay,
Okay.
is it clear?
Yes.
Put it here, so it will become very easy for you. Okay, hope things are clear. And your homework is how do you calculate the number of weeks? Okay.
Okay.
So how was the session like? Do you think it's a useful session for you?
Yes, it is like because I might not going to need it in future.
Yeah.
So for now, like whatever you teach me, like I understand it. Like of course because it's I'm not used to it or whenever I revised,
Hmm?
it's easy. Like I give 5-10 minutes. Like I try to revise each function you gave me, so I'm able to understand easily than any other medium.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'll stop the recording.